Hi, I'm Ariel Parsons with the eMammal Project. In this video today, we're going to teach you how to use your cameras and how to set them up out in the field, and ultimately how to get great pictures. If you're borrowing a camera from eMammal, you'll get one of three models: either the Bushnell TrophyCam HD, the Reconyx RC55, or the Reconyx P800 Hyperfire. Once you get your camera, refer to the supplementary videos to learn how to use that specific model. So the first feature that we're going to look at is the camera sensor, which is here, this curved piece on both cameras. The camera sensor is a heat sensor and it's a motion sensor, so it's going to have to be some animal that has a body heat, such as a mammal or a bird, that moves in front of the camera, and then that'll cause the camera to trigger, which means the camera will take a series of pictures. The Bushnell camera is set to take a series of 3 pictures each time the camera triggers, and the Reconyx camera is set to take a series of 10 pictures each time the camera triggers. The next feature is the camera flash, which is here. This is an infrared flash, which means that the color will appear red, and this is so it doesn't disturb animals. The next part is the trigger indicator light, which indicates when the camera is sensing a moving object with body heat, and this will be used in the walk test mode, which we'll talk about shortly. And the final feature is the lens. This is where the picture is taken, and if that lens becomes obscured with debris like dirt, it can be cleaned off with a soft cloth. All right, let's take a look inside these cameras. We'll start with the Bushnell here. Just open the latches on the side. And there it is. So the Bushnell take 8 AA batteries. The Reconyx P800, which we don't have here, also takes AA batteries. And let's take a look at the Reconyx RC55. Those take 6 C batteries, which are stacked up along the sides here. So your camera will take either an SD memory card. In order to remove the card, you push it in, it's spring-loaded, it will come out, and then you want to make sure you put it back in face up, and you'll have to, again, because it's spring-loaded, push it in until it clicks. For the RC55 model, it will take a compact flash memory card, which is a lot bigger than the SD card. These compact flash cards can be easily damaged, so please insert and remove them very gently. They won't click like the SD card will, though. The camera should be off when you insert the memory card, and in order for the camera to function properly, it must have a memory card in it before it is turned on. So this is the Reconyx P800 model. We're going to use this as our demonstration camera to demonstrate the different functions of the camera, but remember that if you've borrowed a Bushnell TrophyCam from us, those functions will be slightly different, and you'll need to refer to the supplementary video for that. So with the Reconyx camera, we simply flip the on switch, and the screen is going to light up. It's going to read the card for a second, and then it's going to give you some information about the camera, the percent full of the memory card, and the battery life. There are 5 major functions that you'll need to know in order to use your camera. The first one that we'll talk about is the walk test. So turn your camera on, of course, and then you'll need to scroll through the menu until you get to walk test. The walk test measures the detection distance, which is the farthest distance away that an animal will trigger the camera. We press OK at the walk test menu, and then when we close the camera, this red indicator light will flash every time something walks in front of the camera, if the camera is detecting it, so if the camera is triggering. Now in walk test mode, the camera will not take a picture. All it's telling you is when the camera is being triggered. So the second function that you'll want to know how to do is how to erase your memory card. Every time you put your camera out in a new location, you'll want a nice clean memory card so that you don't accidentally upload pictures from a different location. To erase the memory card, scroll to that menu item and press OK. And then it'll ask you again to make sure you're sure. You'll tell it yes, and it'll take a moment to erase the card. But be careful that you don't erase the card if you have not already uploaded those pictures. The third thing that you'll need to be able to do with your camera is check the status of the memory card and the batteries. So see how full your memory card is and how much battery life is left. There is a menu item for that. It's called Check Status. And when you press OK, it'll take a moment and then it'll give you % full of the batteries and % full of the memory card. The next thing that you'll need to be able to do with your camera is check the date and time to make sure they're correct. This is critical, that the date and time are correct on all of your photos so that we get accurate data. With the Reconyx models, all you do is turn the camera off and turn it on again, wait for it to read the card, and then the first screen you'll see is the date time right here. And the last thing you'll need to be able to do with your camera is arm it. This means you're telling the camera to start taking pictures. When you first turn on your camera, after it goes through the date and time menu, it'll come right to Arm Camera. You press OK, and it will give you a 10-second countdown. It will also flash on the front the countdown as well. Once the countdown is finished, the camera is ready to start taking pictures, but you will not see any red flashes anymore. If you want to check to make sure that it's taking pictures, you can open it back up, check the status, and see how many pictures are on the card. And now you're ready to go out and get some great animal photos.